Our protagonist struggled to restrain his growing curiosity about the book Shams al-Ma'arif, the Son of Knowledge. One day, after finishing his first-year university exams, he decided to visit the old library and inquire about the book. Although he managed to obtain a copied version that wasn't original, he was filled with joy. He returned home and hid the book, waiting for the right opportunity. About 10 days later, his family went to attend a cousin's wedding, and he pretended to be tired and stayed behind. He had previously read secretly from his beloved book and planned to execute the first enchantment. He gathered some candles, lit them, and turned off all the lights in the house. He drew the symbols outlined in the enchantment and waited for a sign, remembering the coffee he had placed on the stove. He went to check on it, and upon his return he found that all the candles had been extinguished. This was the sign, though he was unaware of it. It was only moments before his family returned. They were surprised by his question about why they hadn't attended the wedding. Perplexed, they asked if he had been sleeping since they left and had just awakened. He looked at the clock and was shocked. He had no sense of time at all. He waited for a few more days, but the genie he had prepared to serve him, as he believed, did not appear. He decided to seize the next opportunity to execute a more powerful enchantment, which required sacrificing a black cat. Carrying the burden of finding a black cat and where to find one, he decided not to trouble himself with the search, as he wouldn't be able to harm an innocent creature. He heard the doorbell and opened it, only to find a black cat staring at him. He felt deep within himself that it had come to fulfill what he had read in the book. And indeed, he executed the enchantment meticulously. He slaughtered the black cat and used its blood to draw talismans and incantations on the bathroom floor. He mixed some of the cat's blood with his own and let the blended blood flow from the top of his head to his entire body. He sat for the second time, awaiting the sign. However, in those moments, his family arrived and interrupted his solitude. He quickly wiped away the blood and concealed all the evidence. On the same day, strange things began to appear. While returning from his vacation, he found his little sister sitting on the stairs in the dark. When he shouted at her, she ran inside the house. When their father asked him about the reason for his loud screams, he told him about the incident. His father was surprised and shocked when he informed him that his little sister had been sleeping for a long time. When he entered her room, he found her deeply asleep, wearing different clothes than the ones he saw her wearing on the stairs. 3 days later, he felt overwhelming drowsiness overtaking his senses and found himself sleeping on the couch near the bathroom. He felt as if there were dark hands with black nails pulling him down the couch. Despite his attempts to escape this sensation, he failed. When he opened his eyes, he saw her in front of him. She was a queen of the jinn, prepared by him in the second attempt, and she had killed the demon he had prepared in the first attempt. She wanted him to comply and obey, or else he would not know the extent of the danger awaiting him. He didn't know how to comply, and the book didn't mention anything similar. He felt extreme fear from her threats and realized from the beginning that his curiosity would eventually lead to the end of his life. In the same week, his mother suffered from a strange condition. She stopped speaking to anyone and didn't recognize her husband or children. She stopped eating and sleeping. Her condition was difficult, and despite taking her to multiple doctors, none of them could diagnose her illness. They had to restrain her hands and legs to the bed. All of this, and the young man didn't realize that all these situations in his house were due to what he had done and because of his cursed black book. His cousin, who lived in the Holy Lands, came to visit when he learned about his sister's deteriorating condition. When he saw her, he sat on the ground, unable to bear it. He knew that her condition was caused by the jinn. He had known a spiritual healer for many years, and with his extensive experience, as soon as he started reciting on her, he knew everything that had happened to all of them. He grabbed his cousin's son and asked him threateningly, "Where is the book?" The young man had succeeded in hiding it on the rooftop of the house. He brought the book to him and he started his work. The first thing he did was to burn it and began treating his sister. The strange phenomena